long-term friendship, your advice and counsel, especially when I was Speaker Pro Tem. And it's been a pleasure to serve with you on this committee. I will say, when you see the portrait, you're going to think, gosh, I thought he was shorter than that.
Hire a good artist.
Yes. And now we'll go to the gentleman from Nebraska, Mr. Flood.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, before I begin with my questions for this hearing, I understand this is your last hearing in Congress. With that in mind, I'd like to take a moment to recognize you. I don't know how much you'll miss this place. I suspect you're more excited to spend time with your lovely wife, Julia, Cecilia Rose, Reese, and Perry, but I promise that your colleagues will miss you dearly. Your tenure stretches well beyond my time in Congress. I'm still new. I've only known you since July of 2022, but since then, your leadership of this committee has been nothing but remarkable. This committee has passed data privacy legislation to keep Americans' data from being exploited, capital formation legislation to create more opportunities for startups and investors alike, stablecoin legislation, which is a particular interest to me, digital asset market structure legislation, and so many other initiatives that would spur growth and reel in out-of-control regulators. Your focus from the beginning has been making America a leader in innovation in a land of opportunity for all, and you have done historic work. You're a pioneer, especially in the digital asset space. Finally, I'd take a moment on our personal relationship. I think all of us in this room remember what it was like in the days and months after we were first sworn in. We all come here to represent our districts and hopefully make some positive changes, but none of us can do it alone, and people like you make people like me feel welcome. And so since I was sworn in 2022, I've been impressed by your leadership, watch you in difficult situations, situations that no other American has ever been in, specifically a 23-day Speaker Pro Tem, where you rightfully and thoughtfully chose not to use the power that you could have used because of the precedent it would have set. And I think it will be generations before Americans understand what a gift you gave our country during that time. So with that, thank you for your leadership, and I would like to have a say in what is in the portrait. So.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
With that, I have a couple questions, and it's great to have Anchorage here today. Mr. McCauley, here's my concern. Regulators don't have the human capital to keep up with the pace of innovation. We need regulators to be good. We need them to be capable of protecting consumers, but also allowing innovation. You are definitely in this space. What do you think we can do as a government to make sure that our regulators have the human capital they need to be able to adequately regulate the digital asset space?
Congressman, this is a fantastic question, something near and dear to my heart. I spent a lot of time with federal regulators. I think one of the quickest wins that we could probably have there is to allow our federal regulators to be owners of crypto. Right now, the government ethics committees do not allow them to own crypto, and so many of them are themselves not allowed to play with Bitcoin, play with Ethereum or other assets, and this slows down some of the understanding that they would otherwise get. And so I think that would be a very quick win that would help there. Generally speaking, as more and more the federal regulators become versed in crypto, I think they should follow the lead of the regulators who have invested in this area, put together teams that focus on this, and I think the OCC has been a great example there.
Thank you very much. Ms. Dixon, considerable work has been done to create a dollar-backed stablecoin, something that I'm very passionate about. I think it's time for this to happen. It's my hope that a payment stablecoin bill will pass through both chambers of commerce and will be signed into law by the president. What does this mean for the future of stablecoins, and what opportunities will this unlock for the average American consumer and small business if we get the stablecoin legislation done?
Thank you so much, Congressman. I always thought that the stablecoin legislation was the low-hanging fruit, and apparently hasn't come out to be that, because we haven't been able to, with all the work that you've done, still haven't been able to get it through. I think that stablecoin legislation provides unique opportunity to be able to not only set the United States up as a leader, because we will be the first one who have come out and purposely set the direction, and also have 99% of the stablecoins in the world are US-backed stablecoins. So we'll be stronger from that standpoint too. What Americans will be, and also folks outside the U.S. will be able to do, is send and receive value in seconds that's stable, one-to-one backed value. And that is very, very important, not just to the creativity of what the financial system could be, but also just leveraging value that that others outside the United States couldn't hold.
Very well. Thank you very much for your testimony, all of you. And with that, I yield back.
Thank you, Mr. Flood, and thank you for your friendship. And now we'll go to the gentleman from Iowa.